international self-determination, as supporting the decolonization and the restoration of East Pakistan's national independence. The story of national independence is the only way that we protect our people, ensure that the security of human lives are very free and our very existence. China is a threat not only to the people of East Pakistan, but to the entire global community, including the United States. What independent East Pakistan is a free and independent East Pakistan. United States.
You're going to move one side up. Yes. No, go ahead. Okay. From this one. So here's the group that started in these guys.
We are just asking for an international community to support the handle. We're not asking to fight for, we're asking you to provide us with the resources and tools necessary to defend ourselves, to defend our public and extension, to defend the world from Chinese expansion. Thank you.
They're just like pointing and like yelling at you.
Back one. Hands off Venezuela! China! Fascist China! Fascist China! Venezuela Pakistan! Fascist China! Fascist China! Venezuela Pakistan! Fascist China! Fascist China! Venezuela Pakistan! Fascist China! Fascist China! Get out of 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 Pakistan! China! Fascist China!
I put this in this. I was gonna say I'm telling you also on the last 7 minutes. Hands up, Venezuela!
Venezuela!
Hands up, 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 Venezuela!
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
Boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
U.S. out of everywhere!
U.S. out of everywhere!
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
U.S. out of everywhere!
U.S. out of everywhere!
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air!
U.S. out of everywhere!
U.S. out of everywhere!
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do? Fight for power. Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power!
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power!
Pentagon kills by the hour. What do we do?
Fight the power!
Millions for war, but can't feed the poor. We're fired up, won't take it no more. Billions for war, but can't feed the poor. We're fired up, won't take it no more. Billions for war, but can't feed the poor. No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. U.S. out of everywhere.
U.S. out of everywhere!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
And the sanctions right now.
End the sanctions right now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
And the sanctions right now.
End the sanctions right now!
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
And the sanctions right now.
End the sanctions right now!
Not a penny, not a dollar.
Not a penny, not a dollar!
We won't pay for war and slaughter.
We won't pay for war and slaughter!
Not a penny, not a dollar.
Not a penny, not a dollar!
We won't pay for war and slaughter.
We won't pay for war and slaughter!
Trump lies, people die.
Trump lies, people die!
Trump lies.
Trump lies, people die!
Trump lies.
People die!
Trump lies.
People die!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Fund the people's needs, not the war machine. Fund the people's needs.
Not the war machine!
Fund the people's needs.
Not the
United States condemning Trump's criminal acts. We know that Trump is lying when he says that this war is about drug smuggling. This is a war for oil. The U.S. government is imposing a blockade, murdering fishermen, stealing tankers full of oil, invading Venezuela, and kidnapping the country's head of state. And these are illegal acts. And we, in unison with 70 other cities and 70% of the American population, regardless of their political affiliation, demand that these illegal acts of war end immediately. This has the potential to escalate further into an all-out invasion and occupation of the country. If this happens, it would not be the children of oil executives or the CEOs of weapons manufacturers like Boeing or Lockheed Martin who are set to kill and die. It would be working class young people. It would be people like you and me that Trump sends to die in this war for oil. They take money out of our pockets to pay for bombs dropped on working class people abroad while we work ourselves to death to pay for rent, for food, and utilities. Well, we say no more. We say no boots on the ground, no bombs in the air.
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air.
U.S. out of everywhere.
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 All right, and to start off our program with our first speaker, I would like to welcome Adam from the Palestinian Youth Movement.
From Palestine to Venezuela,
From Palestine to Venezuela.
U.S. out of everywhere.
U.S. out of everywhere.
From Palestine to Venezuela,
From Palestine to Venezuela.
U.S. out of everywhere.
U.S. out of everywhere.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Greetings, comrades. My name is Adam with the Palestinian Youth Movement. We are a grassroots international movement of Palestinian and Arab youth in the diaspora fighting for the liberation of our homeland and for the right to return for all those that were expelled. Unfortunately, today we are gathered here because the U.S. is re-implementing the same agenda, the same tactics that they have done all around the world, whether it be in Iraq, whether it be in Iran, or whether it be in the countless countries where the U.S. has implemented quote-unquote regime change to bring in democracy. We know, having watched this playbook, the same lies are used, the same tactics are used, the same methods of manufacturing consent are used. In Iraq, they claimed they had weapons of mass destruction, and we all know that was a lie. In Iran, they've been claiming that the Iranian state has been at the precipice of developing a nuclear weapon for the past 20 years. Shame! And all of these lies have been used to forward American agendas, imperialist agendas. Now, we have seen what their play in Gaza has led to. Because the world was silent on Gaza, because they allowed America to do whatever they wanted. They allowed Israel, the Zionist entity, to do whatever they wanted. Kill hundreds of thousands of people without saying anything, and the U.S. was not stopped. And now we are seeing the consequences of that. They went and they bombed Iran for no reason. And now they went and they kidnapped the rightful ruler of Venezuela because no one in the international community there stands up. Shame! Shame! We are seeing the decline of the so-called world order. This lie that we were sold that the United States is the harbinger of democracy and the upholder of human rights is falling as they fall in the status in the world. They fear the rise of China. They fear the rise of the counterweights. They are afraid of the rising counterweights to U.S. power. So in response to this, their goal is to go on a rampage all across the world. They started with Gaza, they went to Iran, and now they're on a war path against Venezuela. Shame! And we know the losers in Congress, the wimps in Congress, the dogs in the White House are never going to do anything either for the people of the United States or for the people of Venezuela. It is all a lie because the only thing that U.S. empire and U.S. imperialists and capitalists care about is perpetuating and furthering their goal. When he talked about his operation in Venezuela, all he could talk about was the oil, the oil, the oil, the oil. Oh, and we'll redistribute it to the people, which is a lie. We know what he's talking about. Because when he says the Venezuelan people, when they nationalized their oil sector, that was thievery, we know what he's saying. He's saying that the Venezuelan people stole from the American companies. And how can a people steal their own oil? They were reclaiming their oil. That's right. We are living under their dream in Venezuela. They want what we have here. The corporations leading everything. The corporations controlling everything to be the same in Venezuela. They can't let any free country in the world stand on its own. And we know it's not going to stop with Venezuela, like it didn't stop with Palestine, and they will continue. And he said it today. He said he's going to go after Cuba. He said he's going to go to war against them. Even though he thinly veiled it without saying it aloud, we know what he means when he says Cuba is next. So, for us, as people of consciousness all around the world, what does that mean? It means we have a duty to stand up and raise our voices and fight back. That's right. They aim to isolate Palestine. They aim to isolate Iran. They aim to isolate Venezuela. They think they can pick us off one by one. But that is where our joint struggle shows the most. We have to be at the forefront against this demonic regime here in the White House behind me. We have to be the ones that show how interconnected our struggles are. We cannot be silent because they will continue to ravage us here in the United States and all the peoples of the world. So when Donald Trump and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth are up there spewing propaganda, we have to be, before they even start talking, pushing our points, pushing the truth onto the people of the world. Because we cannot let them get away with this manufactured consent like they did in Palestine, like they did in Iraq, and like they did in Iran. They only care about oil. The people of Venezuela are an obstacle to them. They don't care about the people of Venezuela, like they don't care about us here in the United States, like they don't care about the people in Gaza. They talk about Venezuela the same way they're talking about Gaza. They're going to have an administrative team that runs Gaza. full of technocrats of their choosing so that they can build a technology utopia in Gaza. And now they're implementing the same thing in Venezuela, saying that the U.S. government is gonna take control of Venezuela and dictate what's happening. But we know that's impossible, both in Venezuela and in Gaza, because the people reject U.S. imperialism. Our liberation as a working class people, as people of consciousness, is only sharpened by these ruthless attacks that the U.S. government does. And what is demanded of us right now is that we unify, is that we organize, is that we educate ourselves, our loved ones, and our community members about this, and is that we build real power by being united. So, once you're done here, find an organization. Find a group of people that are like-minded like you, that reject U.S. imperialism, that you will reject U.S. capitalism, and that want to work for a better world. Because without taking those steps, those material steps, we will be out here for years and years and years as they continue to ravage the whole world. But do not fear. It is the most dark before the light. The U.S. is struggling to hold on to its place in the world, and they will continue to struggle to hold on to their place because they cannot accept a world order where they have to share power with anyone. And that will be their demise. They will throw away their whole people, throw us all under the bus so that they can hold on to their power. And we're not going to sit idly by, are we? No! So, it is up to us to fight back. It is up to us to stand side by side by the Bolivarian revolution in Venezuela and all over South America, because they are fighting for what we are talking about right here. They are fighting for the right for their people to dictate their own right. They are fighting for their sovereignty. And Pete Heck said it loud and clear. He didn't even hide it. He said, this is the largest attack on sovereignty. They're not even hiding it anymore. They think we're stupid. They think we don't know what's happening. And we have to prove them wrong. We have to stand up, we have to fight back, and we have to organize right now. The people united
will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
Thank you all. Viva Venezuela! Viva Chavez! Viva the Bolivarian Revolution! Free, free Palestine!
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education!
Not for war and occupation.
Not for war and occupation!
Money for jobs and education.
Money for jobs and education!
Not for war and occupation.
Not for war and occupation!
Up next, I would like to welcome Leonardo Flores with Code Pink.
Everyone, my name is Leonardo Flores. I'm with the Venezuela Solidarity Network and with Code Pink. I didn't prepare any more remarks today, so forgive me if I ramble a little bit. Obviously, I'm from Venezuela. A little bit in shock, obviously, at what happened early this morning, late last night, when the United States apparently sent over 150 planes to bomb Venezuela and kidnap the legitimate and constitutional president, Nicolas Maduro. Yeah, it's a complete shame, and you know, the issue isn't the legality or illegality of these actions, because I don't really care what Congress says. If Trump really wanted a war, he could get them to approve a war. It doesn't really even matter for our leaders or policymakers that 70% of the people of the United States are against this war.
Right.
We don't have a democracy here, that's clear. But Venezuela has a democracy.
Right.
That to me is clearer than ever, that Venezuela has more democracy than the United States. And right now, do you know how the Venezuelan people are responding? They're out on the streets. They're resolute. I might be in shock, but I'm more resolved than ever to defend the Bolivarian revolution, to express my solidarity with the Venezuelan people, and to denounce these fucking war criminals, these imperialist dogs and bastards who dare kill innocent people for oil? They're killing for oil again? Really? It's disgusting what they're doing. And I fear that this is just the start. Trump today, in his press conference, he said that it was going to be the first of a wave of bombings. And let's not pretend like the bombings are going to stay just in Venezuela. Because of the 32 attacks on boats in the last 4 months, 20 have been in the Pacific. Venezuela doesn't have a Pacific coastline. This is an attack also on Colombia, on Mexico, on Honduras, on El Salvador and the people of El Salvador. Trump, I haven't seen the quote yet, but he was apparently on, I think it was Fox and Friends this morning, saying that, oh, it's not just Venezuela that's so-called controlled by cartels, but it's Mexico as well. We know that Trump's right-hand Nazi, Stephen Miller, first wanted to bomb Mexico, not Venezuela. So Mexico's very much under threat. And it's not just stand with Venezuela, it's stand with Mexico. Stand with President Sheinbaum as we stand with President Maduro. This pretext of drugs is totally ridiculous because prior to Chavez and Maduro, 53% of the world's cocaine flowed through Venezuela. Today it's down to 5%. And that number started going way down after Venezuela kicked out the U.S. DEA. They talk about the so-called Cartel de los Soles. Well, why don't you all look up the Fort Bragg cartel when you go home today and see how deeply involved the U.S. military is in drug trafficking. We know who profits from the drugs. It's banks in the United States. They profit billions of dollars. In fact, it was the drug trade that really helped this country during the 2009-2008 Great Recession. It was that laundered money, that blood money running through the banks that kept this kind of economic engine going. And then they bomb Venezuela to kidnap Maduro, but the saps are free. They're responsible for this opioid crisis, not Venezuela. No fentanyl, no opioids go through Venezuela.
That's right.
I mean, look, the point is, the Venezuelan people are totally resolute right now. This idea that you're going to kidnap Maduro and somehow that leads to magical regime change, that's fantastic thinking. That's wishful thinking for these imperialists. That's not happening. Venezuela's top general was already on TV saying that they're going to defend themselves. So was the Interior Minister de Alejandro Cabello. Venezuela's social movements, the communes, the unions, they're on the streets right now.
That's right.
Just like we're on the streets saying no to this crazy war. No crazy war, yes peace, as President Maduro was saying over and over again. And that's why they kidnapped him, because he was making Trump look like a fool. And I want to say a few words about President Maduro because he's been demonized in the media for the last 12 years since he became the president of Venezuela. This is a man who wasn't born with a silver spoon like that one. He's a working class leader who became a bus driver and a union leader. And then when Chavez was in prison in 1992, he went to visit Chavez and became even more radicalized. He became a socialist. And from there, President Maduro became one of the drafters of Venezuela's constitution. He eventually became the foreign minister, widely respected around the world, and that's one of the main reasons that Venezuela isn't isolated internationally, is because President Maduro was Chavez's foreign minister. And they make you think that, oh, Venezuela's alone. Venezuela's not alone. not only are we with Venezuela, but country after country, including some of the most powerful countries in the world, the most populous countries of the world, continue to stand with Venezuela.
That's right.
Maduro won his first election under circumstances that honestly felt a little bit like today when we heard that Chavez had passed away. And he assumed the mantle of the Bolivarian Revolution, and he led Venezuela during its darkest times. And he led Venezuela so successfully that Venezuela has had 5 years of economic growth despite the crippling economic sanctions, the economic warfare perpetrated by this Nazi government. President Maduro is a man of honor. And one of the many things that separates Maduro from that dude is that Maduro isn't on the Epstein list. So why are they bombing right now? Well, gee, I wonder, could it be because the pressure's mounting on Trump? I'm really heartened to see so many people come out today in so many cities on such short notice. For our movement. And I'm also very heartened by what Adam said before me, because there are so many parallels between Gaza and between Venezuela.
That's right.
Did the people, of course, did the people of Palestine lay down and surrender